Hi there, a very good morning, good afternoon to all of you, depending on wherever you're hearing me and watching me. This simply talks, and I'm here with another video. This video corresponds to one of the larger companies in the consumer domain, but a very interesting company. So we'll discuss about that. Let's get started. So, first of all, a disclaimer that this is not a stock recommendation. People taking any position to any share that I talk about should do that with their own due diligence and research. And I'm not a portfolio advisor. I'm not a member of the NSC and BSC. And whatever discussions with respects to market and investment that I have is purely on the basis of my experience into the market over the last 12 years. So, whatever decisions with respect to investments you take, kindly do take that on note. It is laden with market risk. Before I talk about this company, a small request to kindly support me on Patreon. And once you do that, help me grow the channel. Help you also ask me questions, seek out answers in greater detail. If you can't get membership on Patreon, you can be a member on YouTube. Once you get the $10 membership, you'll have access to my portfolio, my watch list, and a number of podcasts I put up from time to time. Uh, Plus discussions on domestic and global economies. You have long-term picks as well, so weekly picks, and I have just put up that long-term weekly pick on YouTube just morning today and yesterday on Patreon. Whatever queries you'll be having, I'll be answering that. Analysis on economies, global economics, the discussion on global economy, Indian economy, etc. About India. So About India is a company that provides baby food products and other kind of medical products for across the board and globally. And that's the Abbott Global, you can say, company, and one of its subsidiary, Abbott India, is listed here in India. The stock price, yes, it is elevated at around 28,000 rupees, and many of you might not be able to invest. But just considering, and I don't consider stock price that much, I consider what kind of value it is having at the moment, and I'm bringing you companies from the mid and small cap domain that are now looking attractive from a 2, 3, 4 year perspective. So Abbott uh, fits the bill in that regard. Now, when we consider about this company, so Abbott India is one of the leading multinational pharmaceutical companies in India and sells its products through independent distributors across the board. So, what are their key business areas? So, what are the you can say product offering? The product portfolio of over 125 products across various therapeutic areas such as women health, gastroenterology, central nervous system, CNS, metabolics, multi-speciality, you can say pain relievers, etc., vaccines and other kind of products as well that they provide. Top 15 brands are leaders positioned at number one or number two in their respective segments for Abbott. In terms of revenue breakup in FY22, injectables accounted for 40% of their revenue, followed by tablets, liquids, capsules, and other products. So it's pretty big. This company is pretty big across the board on all verticals. And apart from India, the company also serves Sri Lanka, Nepal, Maldives, Bhutan in FY21. Domestic sales accounted for around 98% of the revenues, and exports is around 2% or so. So as of June 21, company had a 10% market share in the total vaccine segment, which is quite huge considering the kind of competition we have in that space. So the stock is trading at a PE of 46. Uh, Based on the kind of consistent growth that the company has shown and the way the stock has fallen from the top, so it was trading at around 30,000 rupees, 30,500, and now it is around 27,800. So it's already somewhere down by around 12, 13% from the top, and around the 200 DMA. These are decent levels to probably start accumulating. If you look at a 5 year chart as well, this is a big consolidation that is going on for the past year or so. And so with the numbers picking up, and numbers are pretty good. So if you look at the numbers on the quarterly basis, uh, we had 1633 crores of sales this time around in the September quarter versus 1494. So this was a growth of around 9% just about 10% or so, 9 to 10%. But in terms of operating profit, it grew from 355 crores to around 440 crores. So there lied the jump of around 22-23%, and margins, operating profit margins, expanded from 25% to 27%. If you look at even on the bottom line, the profitability was pretty good. From 313 crores, it increased to around 360 crores. So this was a jump of around, you can say, 15% in terms of bottom line growth as well. When you consider the kind of business that it is into, and that the kind of competition that it business faces, this is a decent growth in a very challenging environment that the company is producing. And if you look at year on year numbers and profitability numbers, similar kind of growth we have seen over the last 4 5 6 years. So this is a consistent growth, consistent compounder kind of company that one can look at safely, to look at invest into from a 3 to 5 year, 6 year, 10 year perspective. In terms of shareholding pattern, 75% uh, is with the promoters. FIIs hold a little chunk of 0.17, but DIIs do hold, and they have increased their holding to around 9% now, from around 8.5%. Public shareholding has remained steady at 15.8%. So if somebody is looking to buy into something or buy into a stock that could double in, say, 3.5 4 years time frame, this is something to probably look into. Downside is limited. Probably downside is around 10% or so. Even from here, you can say probably 25,000 could come in. But upside is pretty good because the stock has already fallen from the top. And in terms of PE, the currently it is trading at a PE of 46 or so. Uh, and in terms of, you can say, 5 year average, the PE has been around 50. So very reasonably priced at the moment. Yes, the growth has slowed a little bit, but I think it's going to pick up once the economy picks up around Asia, around South Asia. So this is something to look at from that perspective. So that's the thing. One thing I want to mention here is that one stock I did recommend yesterday, that algotech stock. So I did not. So I did go through everything, but when you look at its balance sheet, then you come to understand that dolat algotech, that's the stock that I was mentioning. Now the reason for it to be trading at 9 or 10 PE is, and some of the subscribers and viewers did mention that, so thanks for that. And I want to make a confession here that I missed that out, that if you look at the balance sheet, you'll see that the in terms of borrowing, they have a short term borrowing which has suddenly spiked to around 374 crores, and you have long term borrowings, or that debt that has gone to around 570 crores. So I don't know from where this has cropped in, and even if they are a profitable company and with high reserves, why this has come in. So this is a red flag in that respect. So do, and that's why I keep on saying that do your own analysis and then get into stock. So I believe that one needs to just look out for 1 or 2 quarters and see if that borrowings increase or decrease or what happens, and then probably look at the stock in that regard. Do your own analysis, and then take a call on the stock as to whether you want to get into it or not. So that's a disclaimer on my hand, and something that I really missed out, so I want to just take that forward. So that's about Dolat Algotech. So this was my video on this mid-cap company. Please like and subscribe my channel, hit the bell icon so you can get my videos straight away when I post it. And kindly support me on Patreon and YouTube. Thanks a lot for watching.